sure hope you had some sunscreen today. Huh?
It was the way the light was reflecting on it.
I just mean, man, that was hot. I had to go find a visor.
Irishman, Coach. Red is the color.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Coach Jimmy Jai, D210 Sports. Can you speak to the game Kalen had and the impacts that he's going to have in the offense this season?
You know, I said it last week that I was really kind of hopeful. I thought we were going to be better. I thought our line was better offensively. I thought Kalen was going to make a big difference. And he does. So I was really anxious to see him in live action. You can only we did some short yardage live earlier in camp and some goal line and some things like that. But tagging off a guy, it's different, than dealing with him. He's 2'6", probably 2.5, 225. He's a low 4'4" guy. I mean, he can run. And then Day-Day is such a different change of pace. So the two of them, I think. And then, I love that Davion Smith gets 3 touchdowns. But he's going to really contribute in those really tough areas, those 3rd and 1 yard or inches and 4th. He's hard to deny those. So anyway, the 3 of them really came together, and the line played well. So, but Kalen's I'm anxious to watch him the rest of the year and keep excited about watching him. Hopefully it'll keep happening that way.
Anthony Miller, All Football Digest. Coach, a lot of the wing T formation, something we haven't really seen in this offense before. Kind of talk about how, what brought you guys to add that into the offense.
We've been studying Dan Casey on Instagram. I swear I send Coach Chuck Long a couple a week or a couple, every other day or so. There's so many good plays. So I'm giving big pub out to Dan Casey, but some of them we also have had in our bank a little bit. So just trying to be. I think the D lines in this, and probably in most all leagues, I guess unless you're the Eagles, are better than the O lines, and so you got to be more creative, I think, on these short yardage because they're hard. 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, those goal line plays. I think we also have to get better sneaking it. It's not Luis's forte, but we got Holton Ahlers to put in there, and he could do it. So anyhow, it's a start.
Coach Kelvin Cayley, BCP Plus. Can you speak to the play of the offensive and defensive line? Because it seemed like on both ends they dominated today.
Yeah, I said that, I think, in some of my interviews that I was hopeful that our offensive line was going to be better. I felt like we were. We were younger, and I thought better. And then I also thought our defensive line and secondary were going to be better. And that, at least for this game, was true. We got a lot of pressure. I don't know how many sacks. We had a lot of pressure, tip balls, some sacks, and the secondary covered well. I mean, there wasn't anybody running, behind anybody, and challenged a lot of, so those 2 areas I didn't feel last year we were very good, and I feel like we're better this year.
Coach Ron Murray, K104, congratulations on the win. Of course, this week it was billed as the Battle of I-35. So with that, was there extra motivation this week, especially with your offense going against last year's top defense, and really your defense today outplaying their defense?
I think as much as anything, it's the first game of the year. You just want to play well. And, we knew those guys made it to the championship last year. So, but you just want to get started, off on the right foot. 4 of our first 5 games are here at home. So it's important we take advantage of that, and it's like we talked about. These guys, you do all this work and you get 10 opportunities. So every time we go out there, let's take advantage of it.
And just speaking back to your running back core, all 3 running backs, they definitely, had a good day. Then, the trenches, when you're able to dominate in the trenches like that, how much more does that open up your offense for the season?
Oh, yeah. When you can run the football, that's your money usually on offense. When you can do that and you have a quarterback that can throw like Luis can, I mean, that's what you want. It keeps people off balance and scratching their head on what to call, because you have been able to run the football. I know from my years as a defensive coordinator, there's nothing more demoralizing than someone running the football on you.
Hi, Coach. We'll be having a question from Zoom.
Thank you very much, Harat. Hello, Coach. Oscar from Mexico.
I know you, Oscar. I can recognize your voice.
Thank you very much, Coach. This game was almost perfect performance for a season kickoff. No, it was a great running attack, but an amazing job of the O-line. The guys deserve much credit today.
That's right. You're very right, Oscar. It was the offensive line, when you can run the football for almost 200 yards, is doing something right. And I don't believe Luis was sacked all day. And he found his way. Luis even, moved around better than he did all last year, slipped through and found his opportunities to throw the ball late by buying more time in the pocket. So, yeah, I agree totally. Our offensive line did look good today, and hopefully we could keep building on it.
Thank you very much, Coach. I'm saying always a kind of this game is old school football, old school. Run the ball, keep the clock in your hands. What an amazing job today.
Yeah, thank you, Oscar. I appreciate that. Yeah, our first drive had to be 8 or 9 minutes, I think, something like that. But, yeah, when you can control the ball and score, it doesn't do you much good if you eat the ball up for 8, 9 minutes and kick a field goal. But if you put it in the end zone, that's a big deal.
Yeah, thank you very much, Coach.
You bet.
Have a great day. Gracias.
You want Oreo?
Oreo, what Oreo?
You wild, yo. It just felt right.
Yeah, it felt right, yeah. I like Oreos anyway.
Ron Murray, K104. First off, congratulations on the win, fellas. Luis Day, they just talk about the offense today, just being able to dominate on the run and just even the trenches as well.
Yeah, that was a full team win. That's the best I could put it. Defense, offense, special teams. The way we were balanced on offense, be able to run the ball like we did with these guys, and then obviously pass the ball when we had to. We didn't have to much, though, today. So that was a good job, and credit to those guys, the big boys up front, and excited.
Anthony Miller, Old Football Digest. Devion and Luis, for you guys, you've been on this team over the last 2 years. Today felt different from the Renegades that we've kind of seen over the last couple of years. What have you seen as like the big difference in being able to get off to this fast start and the way you guys played versus how you guys played like last season?
So for me personally, I saw it from a different lens when I first originally got down here this year. I was helping coach the running backs and so on and so forth. I think the energy was just different, and I think the team was just sick and tired of coming out losing. At first, I didn't know we even went 3-7 last year. I assumed we went 4-6, but yeah, to know we went 3-7, I think that kind of lit a fire under the team's ass, and tired of starting slow. We need to start fast to get where we want to be. So I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think it was a different approach this year, right? Coming from being defending champs in 23 to coming in as defending champs, right? You kind of come in a little, top of the world, right? We're the champs, right? And it kind of hit us in the mouth early. And I think this year's mentality is a little bit different, right? We understand it's hard to win in pro football, and we got to make sure that we hone in on all the details and all aspects of the game and be situational masters. And that's what we did. We had a balanced offense, great defense, special teams did great, and that's the result of it. It's a win.
Kalen, can you just talk about the day that you had and what you saw in the holes?
Well, first of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He gives me this platform, I think, to spread his word. And then, after that, I want to thank my teammates as well, just for the way they ran off the ball up front, the O-line. I think the receivers did a good job blocking on the outside. I think we were just on it. I think we put the work in, the last couple of weeks and throughout the week, and we wanted to win this game. I know there was a little bad blood kind of between these two teams, and it was really important for me to help these guys come out on top.
Kelvin Cayley, BCP Plus. For all three guys, how does a win like the one you got today, what does that do for your confidence going forward, especially erasing that bad taste out of your mouth from last year?
Yeah, so I think it just sets the tone, right? Last year, obviously, start off, 0-6. This year, starting out, we kind of got the monkey off our back early, right? Okay, it's going to be a different year, different season. And again, the coaches, the players, everybody's doing a great job of just honing in on the details, right? It's a game of inches everywhere, all around, right? 1 to 5 plays change every game. And, the ball went our way this way. We did a good job preparing. Coaches did a great job. And obviously, it starts with defense and big boys up front. And they did a great job, and that's the result.
Just to piggyback off what Luis just said, I don't know. It's just a step of stone. Celebrate the win today, tomorrow, and get back to work next week. We know we got Houston next, correct?
Houston. Yeah.
So I mean, it's one win right now, but we're about to be 0-0 in 2 days. So.
Hi, we're gonna have a question off of
Okay. For KB, all right, so.
Oh, Oscar.
Okay, Oscar, you're good to go. No. You guys can say he's good to talk.
Oh, you're good to talk. My bad. Where are we hearing him from, though?
Ain't working.
We're good. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Oscar.
Shit.
All right, KB, go ahead.
See. Listen, I did 3 years of Spanish. Huh? No.
Es un momento muy bonito poder estar aquí, tener la victoria. Empezamos 0-6 el año pasado y poder ganar este juego es algo muy muy bonito y muy especial porque como se dice, got the monkey off our back, como se dice. Y ya estamos listos para seguir. Y le estaba diciendo al equipo después del juego, les dije, la diferencia de ser buenos y muy buenos es qué tanto buenos somos. Y me entendieron y creo que vamos a hacer eso en esta temporada.
Y sobre todo la gran actuación que tiene Kayler, ¿no? La escapada, la corrida más importante en la historia de la UFL. ¿Cuál es tu opinión también para
Did you say longest run? In UFL history? Is that what you said? Yeah, how do you feel about being the longest run in UFL history? How do you feel about that? I think you should answer that one.
See. Nah, I'm playing.
No, you don't even
It feels good. I think the win is the most important thing. I haven't been on a football field in 2 years, so I missed the locker room. You know what I mean? I missed the camaraderie. I miss practice. And I think that was the most important thing for me. Was after scoring, just like looking back and seeing my teammates and seeing how excited everybody else was. I think that was like the most important thing for me. So like the record is like, it's not really that important to me. So.
Okay, I got it. Thank you very much, Kayler. Luis, muchas felicidades por el libro. Es un buen documento para las nuevas generaciones que conozcan el esfuerzo. En verdad, muchas felicidades por el triunfo, por el libro. Que sea un día y una mejor temporada. Gracias.
Gracias, Oscar.
No, you got one more.
Jimmy Jai, D210 Sports. Luis, last year y'all had a 60-40 pass to run ratio. Today it was kind of the complete opposite. Y'all are running the ball very effectively. Can you speak to how much pressure that takes off of you when you have guys next to you right there that are able to run the football and take that pressure off of you?
Yeah, I think when you get two-dimensional, right, it's hard for a defense to stop. When you become one-dimensional, whether it's because we get down early or, run game's not going as we want it or whatever the case may be, it's always tougher, right? Because, defense can pin their ears and kind of, play the pass. But it's not looking like it's going to be like that this year. So we're very excited and excited to see what the run game is to come. And just overall as a team, I just think, man, I'm just very proud of the defense, man. I want to really give a shout out to the defense. They did a phenomenal job holding those guys and giving us the ball back and giving us a lot of possessions. So credit to those guys, big boys, big overall great team win.
Caleb, just a quick question. Ron Murray with K104. Of course, the Brahmas last year, they had the number one defense in the league, but this year y'all definitely outplayed them. Do you think that this is just an opportunity to show how great y'all can be this season?
I think like Davion said, it's just a stepping stone. I think the first game is always kind of like a filler game for every team in the league, but it's not make or break for anybody at the same time. You know what I mean? So just being able to kind of get a feel for things and continue to move forward and see what works for us, see what doesn't work for us, you know what I mean? And not really focus too much on what everybody else got going on. Number one defense, number three defense, good run defense, good pass defense, all that stuff don't matter to us. We just kind of focus on ourselves and what we got going on and, taking a step every day. So,
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For what it's worth, y'all scared them. They came in here looking at the stats.